Hannity. Combs, we're glad you're with us. I'm Sean Hannity, and we get right to our top developing story tonight. Senator Barack Obama is defending his wife by attacking little old me, Sean Hannity. In an interview with Glamour magazine, Senator Obama was asked how he felt about criticism of his wife. He responded, quote, "It's infuriating, but it's not surprising because let's face it, what happened was that the conservative press, Fox News and the National Review, and columnists of every ilk went fairly deliberately at her in a pretty systematic way and treated her as the candidate in a way that you just rarely see the Democrats try to do against Republicans. And I've said this before, I would never have my campaign engage in a concerted effort to make Cindy McCain an issue. And I would not expect the Democratic National Committee or people who are allied with me to do this, because essentially spouses are civilians. They didn't sign up for this. They're supporting their spouse, so it took a toll. If you start being subjected to rants by Sean Hannity and the like, day in and day out, that'll drive up your negatives. So let's get this straight, Senator. Your wife campaigns for you, does public speeches, and says things like she's finally proud of her country and that America's a downright mean country in 2008, and she should be immune from criticism.
Spouses get involved in the process and begin to make explicit political statements like the ones that you mentioned from Michelle Obama. They're intruding into the process. They can't say I'm a civilian and then become involved in the process by making policy statements. I mean, look, she said she wanted to rip Bill Clinton's eyes out at one point. You mentioned the article where she, our nation, our country is just downright mean. We're guided by fear. We're a nation of cynics, sloths, and complacents. We've become a nation of struggling folks who are barely making it every day. It's getting worse over my lifetime, and doggone it, I'm young. I mean, these are the kind of things that cross the line between the appropriate role for a spouse and an equally appropriate role for a spouse being a political actor on the stage. But if you decide to become a political actor, then the things that you say and you do become subject of public scrutiny and comment.
Yeah, and I don't want to be clear about this because there's a liberal talking point out there that she said, really proud of my country. She did say that one time, but another time she said, for the first time in my adult life, I'm proud, of my country.
Right.
But
right.
I think once she's injected herself into the campaign, and if she thinks, and she wants to be First Lady, that America is a downright mean country, if he talks in front of his millionaire friends about bitter Americans clinging to guns and religion, I personally think that's fair game because they're going to represent all of us in the end. Isn't that right?
Michelle Obama's dissertation at Princeton and her job as a lobbyist for a hospital, that's always going to, the press is going to look into that. Yeah. But she did invite scrutiny of her views and values by injecting them into the campaign. I
want to say he also said in this very same article, the problem is rarely do these folks ever have the guts to say it to your face. Senator Obama is welcome on this program. I'll let him co-host my radio show for 3 hours. He can be here. I'll let him fill in for Alan one night for the full hour.
You get to say it then?
I get to say.
Oh, thank you.
I'll even throw in Hannity's America for an hour. I am not ashamed of anything I've ever said. I think we've asked some very tough questions, but this is the most important job in the world. And it seems to me, and maybe this is unsolicited advice to Senator Obama, and that is, Senator Obama, you singled me out, and I want to give you advice. It seems to me that if you want to be taken seriously, he needs to be acting like a statesman. He needs to be acting presidential. There were no rants here, but when you insult America, and when you say, for the first time in my adult life, I'm proud of my country, Michelle Obama, Senator Obama, she called this country that we love a downright mean country. I happen to think America is one of the greatest, most generous, kindest, best countries on earth. And if I disagree, why is that for example, when the Wright controversy broke, it was snippets taken out of context, played over and over in a loop. It's always snippets taken out of context. It's unfair. It seems like an awful lot of whining going on by the Obama campaign. It seems like an awful lot of whining going on and if you want to be president of the United States of America, I think you got to be prepared to be attacked and have criticism. When I want to say this to Senator Obama, because you said, Senator, that, and the problem is that rarely do these folks have the guts to say it to your face. Senator Obama, here is my invitation. Anything I've ever said about you, you can sit right here and I will say it to your face. do you have the guts to come on this program and take some tough questions? Now, I know you're bringing your 3 press secretaries, Charlie Gibson, Brian Williams, and Katie Couric, on your trip to Iraq. They didn't go with John McCain. But if you come on the program, I promise you, I'll say it to your face. Is that a fair deal?